Guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about 2 episodes of Arrow, and that is episode 420 titled Genesis, which premiered Wednesday, May 4, 2016 on the CW, and episode 421 titled Monument Point, which premiered Wednesday, May 11, 2016 on the CW. So guys, 2 episodes, so let's see if I can get it in 15 minutes. So let's start the clock and let's begin. So something that we learned in these 2 episodes. So in 420, we actually see Damien Darhk return to Hive, and he takes over, and his first order of business is to start the Project Genesis, and which is basically, well, we find out later on, but basically Genesis is Hive wanting to basically start the world over by destroying it. So he wants to basically kill everyone and then start off from scratch. So if you want to think about it, think of it as Undertaking 2.0 in a sense. Also in 420, we see Oliver and Felicity going to meet an immortal shaman named Fortuna, who is meant to educate Oliver about dark magic and how to combat the magic that Damien Darhk uses. And apparently there is a balance. Damien Darhk has dark magic that channels darkness and death, and then there is light magic, which channels light and hope, which is what Oliver needs to learn to channel. And in order to do that, the light inside of him has to be greater than the darkness inside of it in order for it to work. Otherwise, his own darkness will feed into Damien Darhk's power source. Also, when they meet Fortuna, we get to see Felicity in a casino again counting cards, which we haven't seen since episode 121, titled The Undertaking, as it were. Also, back in Star City, though, we see Diggle hunting down his double-crossing brother Andy. Doing so, Diggle gets tortured, which is all a ruse to get a tracker onto him, because Andy is meant to get Lila Michaels, aka Diggle's wife, for Damien Darhk, because he needs this microchip that is under her skin for Genesis to work. So essentially, Damien Darhk gets the chip that holds the Rubicon codes from Lila, and also we see Diggle killing Andy as well to protect his loved ones, since Andy won't stop. So there is that. We do see a brief fight between Oliver and Damien Darhk, and we actually see Oliver channeling the light magic for a brief moment. His eyes turn yellow, which causes Damien Darhk to retreat because it was affected. Don't know just how much he was channeling at the moment, Oliver, that is to say, and how much more he's going to have to channel in order to truly defeat Damien Darhk, but we'll have to see about that. But Rubicon. What was the Rubicon chip that Damien Darhk wanted? Well, Rubicon apparently controls all the nuclear weapon systems around the world, courtesy of Argus's creation. It was brought up earlier in the season. Amanda Waller actually died over people trying to get the Rubicon codes, I guess you can say. So Damien Darhk plans to use the Rubicon codes to basically decimate the world so that he can start over anew. And also, we see where he plans to start over, and that is because of Thea. Thea is actually taken to Hive's underground city, thanks to Alex, who is on those mind control pills that he got from Ruve Adams. So she's actually beneath Star City. And it reminds me of the dome from the show Under the Dome. So there's that. Now, based off episode 421, mission for this episode is to stop Rubicon from happening. So basically, Damien Darhk orders Danny Brickwell and Michael Amara, aka Murmur, both who broke out of Iron Heights with Damien Darhk, to go and kill Noah Cutler, aka the Calculator, aka Felicity's father, because he's the one who is skilled enough to deactivate the Rubicon code. Because of this, Team Arrow rushes to save Felicity's father. Once they do that, they all break into Palmer Tech to get a device they need in order to boost their power to stop Rubicon. So, push comes to shove, they manage to stop all the missiles but one from launching. Just so happens that one rogue is heading straight for Monument Point. since they can't really stop the missile, Felicity changes the coordinates for it, and it ends up hitting a less populated town, which she is flooded with guilt over. So there's that. While that's happening, Oliver and Diggle manage to find Damien Dark in his Nexus chamber as he is gathering all this power from the deaths of those in that rogue missile explosion. So there's that. Now back in the underground city, we see Thea facing off against Anarchy, who managed to find his way into the underground city with the sole purpose of destroying it to draw out Damien Dark because he wants his revenge against him. Thea actually reveals herself to Anarchy as being Speedy before they go into an intense fight with each other. Throughout all that, though, Anarchy actually electrocutes Alex. So, another one is lost thanks to this fight, and Thea mourns. We see Thea briefly mourn over Alex apologizing to his body, but nothing more is shown about that. Other information that we pick up in this episode was that we see Captain Lance and Donna Smoke, and they're actually talking about Laurel being Black Canary, and how Lance was given an affidavit where he's supposed to sign saying that he did not know that Laurel was Black Canary, and Donna was telling him not to do that since he did know. She didn't want him to rely on it just to get off his suspension, especially when Laurel did such a great thing as Black Canary. So we deal with that. Also, Felicity got fired from Palmer Tech because she's not as focused on the company as she should be. Imagine how the board would react when they find out that Felicity was a crucial key member in stopping a missile from hitting them and killing them all. Bet you they'll be begging and pleading for her to come back, or apologizing at least, hopefully. But anyways, we also see Noah attempting to make amends with Felicity and try to get her to understand why he left. And he actually takes a bullet in the arm to protect her. So there's that. And on the flashbacks, turns out I've actually been spelling their names wrong, but Ryder, he escapes from the caves, only for Oliver and Tiana, not Diana, or Tiana, to then steal the idol from Ryder. Only the idol soon starts affecting Tiana. Her eyes turn yellow. Don't know what that means for her, if she's channeling the dark magic that Ryder is tapping into, or if she's actually tapping into the light magic within her. We'll have to wait and see to find out about that. So moving on, the most shocking moment of these two episodes. For 420, I definitely have to say it was Diggle killing Andy. I did not see that coming, especially from Diggle. I could see it the other way around because Andy's just twisted as crazy. But for Diggle, that was surprising. It's going to have everlasting consequences for him for sure. Now for 421, I was surprised that one missile managed to hit its target. I thought the last moment they'd either find a way to dismantle it, or shut it down, or reposition it, or giving it new directions and having it land in a body of water. Something like that. But apparently not. It actually hit. It caused this explosion, so now we have to deal with the consequence of that. Moving on though, top 3 favorite moments. First one has to be the casino scene between Oliver and Felicity in episode 421. I really liked, not only do we get to see them in that atmosphere together, but what I really liked is that Oliver let Felicity take the lead. He let her do her own thing. She got swept up in counting cards again. He commented on the fact that, on how good she was, how he forgot she was good at this kind of thing, and how it was Felicity's generosity at the table that caused Fortuna to reveal herself to them, instead of as just being another casino player all around. And then I really like how well Oliver and Felicity balanced each other out on this mission. It was fantastic. I loved it. Definitely missed the teamwork between the two of them. I hope we get to see more of it after this whole crisis has been averted. But yeah, another favorite moment moving into is Fortuna. Meeting her and getting her insight on how this magic works, and then how her training sessions with Oliver are, and how that brought out the deep conversation between Oliver and Felicity about the balance between light and dark within a person and within a relationship. And then, actually, I thought that we might see Constantine at some point, but he's mentioned from Fortuna and Oliver. That's the connection between the two, is because Constantine had led them to Fortuna. But, yeah. I hope we see her again. She's definitely an interesting character. She's a better immortal ally to have than the likes of Vandal Savage, as you know. Another favorite moment would have to be the team breaking into Palmer Tech in episode 421. That was just funny in a sense that all the different people involved. We got Diggle working the computers in the Arrow Cave. We got Oliver wearing a ski mask as he deals with the inner security doors, and then security guards inside masquerading as Arrow. Green Arrow without wearing the vigilante suit. It amazes me how many times Oliver has to break in his own company. Yes, it's Palmer Tech, but once upon a time that was Queen Consolidated, and how many times has he broken in at this point of his own former company type thing? It just is so amazing to me. Anyway, so while those two are doing that, we get Felicity and Noah actually doing the breaking and entering to get the device, and then we get Captain Lance being their getaway car. That's just funny. Especially when Noah recognized Captain Lance as the guy who arrested him. So, that was funny. Moving on to top 3 peeved moments. For 421, I didn't like the fact that Diggle went after Andy without any backup. I mean, he's smarter than this. He should know that he should never go somewhere without backup. And I hate to say it, but the fact that he got caught and tortured serves him right. I hope he listens next time and doesn't go somewhere without backup. And hopefully he doesn't let his emotions cloud his judgment when he goes into something like that. But, yeah, I didn't like it. After 4 years of Diggle doing this, you think he'd learn not to go someplace without backup or to get his emotions clouded, because it screws you over, for sure, in missions like this. Another peeved moment for me is the fact that in 421, Felicity got fired. I mean, come on, really? You're going to fire her when she's the one trying to keep the company afloat? It's like, just because she's not around, it's like, if you knew what she was doing to save this city, you would better be apologizing and being there on her beck and call. I mean, like, seriously, I just do not like the board members, for sure. I mean, she saved them from Brie Larvin a few episodes ago, and yet you fire her? I mean, come on, really? Last peeved moment is the fact, overall, that Project Genesis is pretty much the undertaking again, just on a global scale. I mean, like, really? It's like you can't pick up another... You know, for Genesis, I would have easily thought something genetics, but I know it has to deal with the Bible and stuff like that, so it's like, okay. But, yeah. So, moving on, what moment will I remember most when I look back on these 2 episodes? The fact that we actually got to know what Project Genesis was all about. Probably people who already know what the word Genesis means probably had an idea about what it was when it was first mentioned. But for people who didn't, we actually got to know what it was in these 2 episodes. So that's probably a big reminder there. But moving on quickly to random questions. First one, if Oliver is supposed to tap into the light magic to oppose Damien Dark, then does that mean that Oliver needs to have a magical idol as well? Or is this light magic supposed to be coming within him and that's how he taps into it? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Next question. Will Lila find out that Diggle lied to her about how Andy really died? I hope not, but if she does, I hope she doesn't react in a way that resembles how Felicity reacted to Oliver lying about William. So there's that. So moving on now. Predictions. Based off the promo for 422, it looks like the Arrow team is going to go after Thea, who is still inside the underground city, and yet it looks like Thea turns on Oliver for some reason. So maybe they forced her some of those mind control pills down. But based off the synopsis, though, Oliver fights for Thea, and also Donna faces off against her ex-husband Noah, and then it seems like Felicity has to team up with Curtis Holt and Noah, her father, to stop Damien Dark as Oliver and Diggle rush to rescue Thea from within the underground city. And also, did anyone think the house that showed in the promo of Thea pointing the gun at Oliver looked very similar to the house that Oliver and Felicity had together in the premiere episode. I just wanted to put that out there because I thought it looked very familiar, the way it was set up and everything. It was shot from a different angle, but still it looked like the same format for some reason. Maybe that's just me. Overall predictions, I bet the key to defeating Damien Darhk is solely revealed in the flashback somehow, or Oliver is meant, there's the timer, or Oliver is meant to have some realization before he can harness that light magic inside of him, moments before he's meant to defeat Damien Darhk. I think that's how it might come down to it. Also, I originally thought that Felicity would have to channel the light to face Damien Darhk, since Oliver kept telling her that when they were together, she was always a light when he was the dark between them, how thoughts of her is what brought out the light within him. So when the whole training thing with Fortuna came up, I thought she was alluding to the fact that Felicity might have to do it, so I'm not sure if that still applies now, but I just thought I would share that. And that's about it. So what did you guys think of these 2 episodes? What did you like about it? What did you think is going to happen next, especially with Project Genesis? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, as well as your own thoughts, theories, predictions about what is to come in the final 2 episodes of this season. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. Also, if you want, check out my Tumblr page. I read blog promos, web clips, synopses, quotes, GIFs, all of that. Links for that will be down below. 2 for these episodes, and then 1 that shows you the whole master tag. I'm behind on Tumblr still, but I will catch up hopefully soon. But this should all be there eventually. Sorry. But yeah, so check that out. Follow me there if you like what I post. So there's that. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the delay. I truly appreciate you coming to watch this and see what I have to say about the episode. I hope you tune in next week to hear what I have to say for the next episode. That's 422. But until then, this is Mel. Wishing you a great day, great week wherever you are. Bye for now.